It's very important that we look at this, you see, because every suffering, the mind itself is only consciousness. You see, consciousness. Huh? Now, if truly it is understood that there is no personal I, it is experienced that is, and we are not picking up any idea of the design, is that all that there is something personal. You see, you see. So although suffering also happens within the what is, yeah, then what does it imply? It implies that something personal is being picked up. Therefore, we cannot say that I truly have dropped the sense of personal I, and yet suffering is continuing, but I know that I am not suffering because it is only God which is doing everything. It is a very subtle point, it's a very important point, and it is a point where all, not all, but many stuck. You see? So what then happens is that we say that it is not the sun which is going around the earth coming from the east and setting in the west. I know it is the earth which is going around the sun. You see? You see? So even when the experience of suffering is coming, which means that the experience of the sun rising and the sun setting is happening, we try to say yes, but I know the truth. Actually, it is the earth which is going around experience, because our living is this sun rising and sun setting. You see? So what happens, the way this realm is designed, just like gravity attracts two objects together and doesn't push them apart. You see, just like water flows from the higher to the lower level, in the same way, there is only suffering if there is something personal. Although all of it is happening in the realm of one consciousness, you see, so nothing is changing in reality about consciousness. But the appearance of suffering implies that there is a misbelief. I am believing myself to be something which is not. You see? So instead of tying this, no, you see, no, I am just conscious, suffering is not okay, you see. We try to advaita suffering away by using mental concepts, and that creates more resistance. Instead of that, it is better to look. You see, better why? You see, and that is the words that we have. That's why we are in that. What is it that I am still believing about myself? And inquire in way. You see, suffering and everything happens only within consciousness. This pointing is God's play within consciousness, telling telling him that there is no need to suffer now because you are not a person. There is nothing personal about you. You see? Does this mean that we are resisting something? No. In fact, we are getting open. And openness and suffering are opposites. You see, the intellectual mind or the Advaita mind can make this very confusing. But it is not possible in this realm for this hand to be open at the same time. You see? This living experience close, or so if the hand is open, is the opposite of suffering. You see? So consciousness. It is only a play of consciousness. But what can happen is that we can have, because but God is telling us, or life is telling us, that the me is being kept alive by showing, and we are avoiding even that. Till something really big has to come and shake us out of this. You see? So I'm trying to save you all a lot of trouble, because it is trouble that I experience here myself. You see? And it is not the end of suffering. So I was keeping the me alive in the Advaita itself. Then you see that the alarm clock is ringing, beep, 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 saying, me is there, me is there, me is there, inquire. You see? And we see beep, beep, gets more and more intense. You see? Because we can try to deny away our suffering as much as we like, but it doesn't really help
Father,
to take.
may I speak here?
Yeah.
For me, what is actually happening is there is um, the I don't have any identification with anything now, like
Very good.
with the family or anything. Even what comes, anybody's tell stories, what my stories, anything doesn't matter because it's not believe any of those. But then I don't know if there is anything beyond that, the superficial one, on the surface level one, because um, I I don't know if I am right to say that I still don't feel that complete satisfaction, Father. Somehow I don't know if you're uh, able to feel what I'm feeling from my heart. That there is deep urge here, or is it true, or is it also an imagined? I'm not sure, but still that complete satisfaction, if you have, like, just like, for example, if you're really hungry and if you have a proper meal and your tummy is full and you feel so satisfied, you just relax into it completely. That's exactly what I feel like. I'm looking for that kind of complete satisfaction, or complete fullness, or contentment, or whatever it is. Um, that's something which is coming up from, I don't know what is going to give me that. It's also again another seeking. I'm not sure
Yes.
about it,
Yes.
but okay, maybe. See, that's why it's very subtle, Father. This is what I'm not able to, because it's very subtle. I'm not able to notice it. So it's bit of,
So
because nothing outside is making me happy now. So I don't know what is this all.
yes. Justify. I've heard that there's so much contentment that you feel completely full, and I just want that. You see, what am I asking for? Just it's basically small identification, then I must have this. I am not getting this. You see what is happening? So the identification which is left is the identification with this. So the I that wants this is which one? The same one, you see, isn't it? So this is how the mind can be tricky. Now it is seeing that everything is becoming lighter. Relationships, money, body, seeking itself is becoming lighter. And very subtly it sold you the idea, but this should make you feel really contentment. I should feel good in my heart, you see. And the I was born again in this, the pretend I. This way, that's why it's a trickster, you see. And it can seem very, very justifiable. Yes, now I'm not identifying, I'm free, I recognize myself. I am this awareness which is aware even of being. Right? But where's the contentment? that small but, you see, but where is the contentment? Itself makes it is also ultimate, because the I that wants contentment is not being.